M. M. M.
Cancer.
Hello. M. Yeah.
Hi.
Let's see who said hi. Hello to Sean. Hi Sean. I'm helping my friend Sam learn the ropes of Apex by teaching every character their ability and stuffs like that. The reason I'm not showing him in-game is because his game's downloading. Apex, learn the ropes, y'all. This isn't emo. It's full of bright colors.
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh indeed. I'ma just text him to ask him if he wants to join it.
I got 2 wins in a row as Mirage.
Nice, pretty poggers. Extremely poggers. Amazingly poggers. One sec, let me just do something real quick.
Hi. Watching Luca.
Huh? Watching Luca. Oh, Luca's good. Hi Sam. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you the ropes. First of all, as soon as you go into a game, do yourself a favor. Hold the options button, go into settings,
Okay.
and there should be field of view. It starts at 70, which this looks trash and feels trash. Whereas if you do your field of view max, you can see a lot more. Okay, so time to teach you this person. This person's name's Bloodhound. Bloodhound's non-binary. Every single character has a kit. That includes a passive, which is something that happens without you having to control it. A tactical, which is activated by pressing L1 and has a short cooldown, and an ultimate, which has a long cooldown and is used by L1 and R1. His passive lets him have clues of his nearby enemies. So you can't see it now because there's no
Buffering.
enemies, but since there's no enemies, that means that there's no mark. Anytime there
Wow,
is
cool.
enemies, it shows clues and of where they were and how long ago they were there. His L1 outlines enemies. Do you see? That's an enemy over there, and that's one over there. But they're training dummies. His ultimate
Trust in the All Father
makes you faster and makes his cooldown for his tactical faster too. Let's go to
I'm back in
Gibraltar,
action, boys.
or
Let's do this,
Jack
brothers.
likes to call Gibby. His passive, whenever you aim a gun, there's a shield that pops up in front of it. This can stop enemies from shooting you for a little bit of damage.
Gibby.
His L1 is a dome,
Dome shield
a
out.
shield bubble from Fortnite, as you could say. You can't shoot through it, or you can't shoot out it. You can only shoot people in it, and then when you're out it, you can shoot people. It also makes you resurrect people faster when you're inside it playing as Gibby. Now let's look at Gibby's ultimate. Gibby's ultimate is
Ooh, okay.
rockets.
Calling the airstrike.
Look, see? It's throwing it down, and then lots of missiles come hitting the floor. This is my favorite one, Lifeline.
Never quit. Remember that.
Lifeline's good. I cannot show you her passive, but her passive is she can revive people with her drone. It's very cool. So instead of reviving people and staying still while reviving them, you can put your drone down to revive them and then defend them with your gun. Her L1 is her healing drone. I'll show you what her healing drone
Gibby
does
gay.
now. Gibby is gay.
Waso me.
Gibraltar is gay. Now, I'll show you what her tactical does. Her tactical is her drone, in which she is able to use to heal her and her teammates. Let me just...
Throwing thermite grenade.
That's a fire nade. Now look at my health. It's low. I can place down a drone, and then the drone heals. Pretty cool. Her ultimate is something that falls from
Calling
the
in a
sky
lifeline
called
package.
a care
Got to
package.
treat yourself.
Care packages come with 3 slots. One slot is for your weapon, which it will give you upgrades for your weapon. The other one will give your character upgrades. Like, look, I only have blue shields on right now. That's a blue shield. But purple shields are better. So it gives me a purple shield too. And it gives me something I need. A helmet. And then heals. Pathfinder.
I have come to
His
save the day.
passive isn't
Maybe.
showable in this, but it's able to help him with his cooldown of his L1. His L1 is a zipline, practically, a grapple gun. Look, he grapples to it. Pretty cool. His ultimate, however, is a big zipline that he can use with all of his team. I'll just show you. This is a charge tower. Helps you charge your ultimate. This is his zipline.
Zipline deployed.
It can go further, obviously. That's it. You place it down. Now, if that lagged out, I apologize. Now we have to move on to Wraith.
Now for the right choice.
Her passive is very good. Whenever an enemy is aiming at her, she can have a voice line that comes from the game, and she says, "There's a shooter, move." So then you have to follow her, and she'll tell you what to do. She's very good. This is her L1.
Boy jumping.
She goes a little
Servers
bit
be
invisible,
like.
and then when she's inside that, she cannot get hit, which is very cool. 30 minutes left. That's awesome. Let me just activate my ultimate. Her ultimate is a portal. Press this.
Punching a tunnel.
She can make a portal that her and her friends, but also enemies, can use too.
I set the portal.
Walk through it, and then it works. That's her ultimate covered. Now,
Time to drop,
this
shock, and rock.
person is Bangalore. She, whenever she's running and she gets shot at, she goes faster. That's her passive. So, say if someone's shooting me like bap bap, I have to It makes me sprint faster as her, and I have no control over it. That's a passive. Her L1 is a smoke nade. Look.
Giving him the chimney.
You could throw it at enemies to damage them slightly, just very tiny. Or you can throw it in a way you're running to make enemies lose you, or to lose enemies. Her ultimate, however, is a big ultimate and shouldn't be overestimated. It's called Barrage, I believe? Rolling Thunder. She throws it down,
Dropping the pain.
and then lots of missiles touch the floor. Look. In a big area. And it slowly blows up over. It's cool. Now this is Caustic.
That was
The worst person in the game. You should never be him. His passive lets him see people when they are in his gas. This is his gas.
variable
The little thing where as soon as the enemies go
Yes.
near it,
My vision
they
is clear.
activate like that. They can get, when they're in it, they take damage and it slows them down.
Agreed.
However, if you see an enemy one, shoot the bottom of them if you want them to disappear and not give you any damage. His ultimate is like a little bit better than his tactical. It's a bomb that you can throw,
Breathe it in.
and it's basically a big piece of gas, but it's still not big enough. Look how tiny it is.
I still see everything.
Mirage.
I'm back. You miss me?
He's
Of course
cool.
you did.
Whenever his passive is whenever he revives someone, he goes invisible, so they cannot see where he is. This is his L1.
I think this place needs a
It's
little
a
more
clone of
me.
him. If you press down,
Bamboozle boy.
you can control him. It's very cool. His ultimate, however, is amazing. It's him, but a lot of him. Look at this.
It's dupes
Makes
o'clock.
you go invisible for a few seconds. And then you have these. They follow your every move. So if I jump, they jump. And if I run in circles, you can try to confuse them, and then suddenly, boom, bow. They're dead. Octane.
Whoa.
His passive
What a rush.
is amazing.
Ready, set,
So
go.
look at his health at the bottom left. His passive allows him to regen health whenever he's not getting shot at. His L1 is something called a sim. You use it, and then you can run faster than all of the other legends. It's extremely good and extremely powerful. His ultimate is special. It's something everyone in the game can use. It's called a bounce pad. Well, I call it a bounce pad.
Okay, cool.
You touch it, it makes you high in the air, and if you press X in the air, you jump again. And when you crouch, you gain more distance. Look at this, for example. That's how much distance you can gain from it. From
Charge
over
tower
there.
over there. Whatever it is, it's got a kick.
100 meters. Pretty cool. Next person.
I feel
Roxanne.
recharged.
Her passive lets her regen her shields, except it's very slowly. Her L1 is fencing. These have a long range, but they're extremely
Fence
hard
placed.
to use since most of the map is open, so use these indoors. You can connect them to close off a location.
Fence deployed.
For example, like this. And then the location's closed off. Her ultimate, however, makes it so people cannot throw nades at her when she's in the radius. And everyone who's inside of it gains their shields faster. Very fast. That's it.
Combat's too noisy. Shush now.
It helps you gain shields. Pretty cool. Now, Crypto.
Thanks for not giving up on me.
He doesn't have a passive
Putting an
because
eye in
that's
the
his
sky.
drone. His drone, he can fly for a
And
long way.
fuseled.
And then, since his drone goes a long way, he can highlight enemies using his drone. For example, look, see? That's an enemy. And he can also open chests with his ult.
Backing out of my drone. I'm good to go.
Now, let me just use my ultimate real quickly. I mean, get it. You might like his ultimate, you might not. It's a little weak, a little strong. His ultimate is inside his drone. It's
Switching to drone
basically
view.
a
Watch my
big
back.
ball thing. Any enemy who
Activating
is caught in this loses their shields, or a little bit
Signaling
of
my
their
drone back.
shields. That's Crypto. Revenant.
Why
passive
can't I just die
lets him
already?
crawl at a faster speed, and it lets him climb higher. Like, look how high he can climb. He can climb very tall buildings too. For example, look how tall he can climb. Like, even higher than that. His ultimate is cool. It's something. So, it's called a death totem. It's basically like a totem of undying in Minecraft, but it's with a catch. That's it. You press square on it, and since there's black around your screen, you know that you're in it. This means you can run and battle people whenever they get rid of all of your shields and all of your health. You then teleport back there. And then, since you're back there, it basically is a second life. His L1 ability, if you use it on someone, you can throw it like this.
Shut him up good.
It can deal a little bit of damage to them and make sure they can't use their abilities for a certain amount of time. Loba, one of my favorites. Her passive
I
lets her
couldn't
see.
leave so many treasures behind.
Look, see?
Extended heavy
Lets
mag
her
here.
see the different
Barrel
colours
stabilizer
of
here.
the
Level
purple
3.
and the legendary items. Her L1, you'll like it. It's a bracelet. She can throw it,
Tossing
and
jump
whenever
drive.
it touches the floor, she teleports to it. Her ultimate, however, is so OP. If you're running around the big map and you can't find any loot, put it down.
Shop's open for business.
Once you put the thing down, you're able to get 2 of anything from your radius. It's extremely good. Now, that's Loba. She's very simple. Grandpa, another terrible person.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back.
Her
Don't
passive
ask
makes it
questions.
so when she has miniguns or machine guns, she has more ammo. Her tactical is a wall.
Putting up some amped cover.
Not just any wall. Once the wall's activated, you can see by the little shield pattern, you could shoot through it and deal more damage. People cannot shoot through this side, or else they'll damage it. And they can damage it,
Rampart
of course,
Coot.
get rid of it.
Backing up my
This is
cover.
her ultimate. It's
Hello,
called Sheila.
Sheila. Oh, they've
It's a
never
minigun.
seen a girl like you.
It takes time to operate, but once you're ready, you can do this. For a lot of damage, but the downside, look how fast it takes for her to reload. This long. 7 seconds to reload. Horizon. Her passive is when she jumps from a tall height, she doesn't get staggered. That means she can keep running as if she never fell. This game has no fall damage, by the way. Her L1. It's a lift.
Pick me up.
You could use it to make yourself go higher, so you could go up on top of buildings. And then you could jump off it like that.
Another soft landing.
Her ultimate, however, is a black hole. It doesn't deal any damage, but it can assist you in battle to help you deal damage. Don't worry, we're close to the end, so you won't be bored by this. This is her ultimate. You can throw it down.
Wanna see my
Any enemies
seniority?
near it will be sucked in. And then you can... Look, I'll show you for example. Look, see, you get sucked in. Then you find it so hard to move out. So since you find it hard to move out, people outside it can shoot. It's easy kills. Fuse.
You can't keep a hard bloke down.
His passive allows him to take 2 nades in one slot instead of the regular one. And also makes him throw grenades further with more accuracy.
Frag away.
His L1 is like a miniature nade.
Deploying me
Sticks
knuckle
to people,
cluster.
and then has miniature explosions. His ultimate is useful if you're good, but if you're bad, it's useless. It's a ring of fire you're able to cast down on your enemies. Look at it.
Here comes the
Anywhere the
bubble
beam
load.
hovers, that's where the fire goes. Of course, you go in the fire, it deals lots of damage, can you see that? So that means if you're stuck in the fire, you can either stay in there or quickly run out. But you'll get lots of damage dealt. The new character, Valkyrie.
Not done yet, Dad.
Her passive,
Miss me,
when
squad?
you double jump,
Wings
she
up.
Amen.
has a jetpack. It's really cool. She could do lots of stuff with it. And her L1 is missiles. Can you see? I'll bring you up here
Wings out.
just so it will be easier for you to see where her things are. When you're using her, do you see the red dots?
Awesome.
The red dots indicate where your missiles will land. Let's show you at the missiles. The missiles do a little bit of damage. Look.
Box 3, launching missile.
But also, whenever they get hit by it, slows them down a small thing.
Wings up.
And her ultimate is awesome. Her ultimate is extremely useful, especially if you want to get away from the storm. You use it,
Alert 5, Valkyrie on station. We are go for
you
burn.
get to wait here until your teammates want to hook up to you. That means they hold your hand. When they hold your hand, you press R2, you fly
Burn is
high.
good.
And then you can land almost anywhere in the whole map. Well, not
If
almost
you are
anywhere.
unable to assist in an
somewhere.
emergency, just shoot wildly into the air.
Very cool.
Maybe you'll get lucky. Tango Delta.
So, and she's also canonically a lesbian. So, since there's different classes. At the top right corner of each character is a, what's it called? Icon. The icons indicate different things on what the character's made and supposed to do. Bloodhound. He's recon. That means it helps you see the next circle location if you use something in the game called a recon beacon. Gibby and Caustic and Watson. These are defense characters. You can tell by the top right icon, and so is Rampart. But the special thing about Gibby and Caustic is, look at the bottom, fortified. That means they are not slowed by bullets, and they get damaged less easily. Lifeline, and Lifeline also has another ability. There are these special boxes that look like loot boxes, but they're blue. Once you use them, there's a little compartment slot at the bottom for a little bit of extra loot you can have. It's pretty cool. Now, since you only never played the game much, you will only unlock these 6 characters: Bloodhound, Gibby, Lifeline, Pathfinder, Wraith, and Bangalore. Bangalore, she's good for rushing in with people. Wraith, she's good for rushing in to people, helping your team go around the place, and defending yourself. Pathfinder, he's good at helping your team go from one square to another, and he can help himself go there like that. Lifeline, she's able to help your team heal up and stock up with her ultimate, so you should use her if you want to heal your team or help them out when they're in a pickle. Gibby, Gibby's good for also defending your teammates. So, his dome you can use to help your teammates while you're getting shot at, so you can heal before you get killed. And Bloodhound, he's good for knowing where everyone is. With one use of his L1, you'll be able to know the location of all of the enemies in a specific radius near you. You can also find hints on the floor indicating where the enemies were and what they were doing. So, depending on your game style, will then impact what character you choose for the game, in which will help your team and help yourself. Just promise yourself you will not make your first bot character Caustic, Rampart, Watson, or Fuse. These people are hard to master. Their kit doesn't allow them to do a lot. Loba, since you're gay and since lots of gay people love her, Loba is a great choice. But the free version of Loba is Lifeline.
You're right there.
Yeah!
I couldn't leave so
I'm
many trees.
talking to... I'm on stream and I'm telling Sam what each every character does.
I told Sam to join back since he's on. Just like if his PlayStation's on, it just might as well be in the party.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna wear my Coochie Loba skin.
The party.
Hi, Sam.
Hey.
Is your game
Shut
installed?
Minute.
Oh, that's
10
good.
Alright, let's
minutes?
do this. It'll be fun.
It's
You know, we all make bad choices.
Time to dig up some gold.
what characters do you have?
I have every character.
And you choose to play Mirage. Understood.
Yes. Only because his passive lit.
What's his map?
Whenever he's rezzing people, he can go invisible.
Not fair enough. We're at a severe disadvantage.
Yeah. Sam, who's your favorite character? Same.
Oh, we're all dressed up. Now let's paint this place red.
I haven't played in about 3 days, so I might be a bit off for a few games.
I haven't played for like a week.
Yeah, but like,
I bet we'll find something good here.
I've never played this arena's map, so...
it's not a good one. There's a purple thing in that crate over there. Phoenix kit.
Ooh.
Use this kit in
Let's
that
go
crate.
here.
I went on to live for 5 seconds and I hated my voice, so I'm just...
They're over that side.
I wonder what they
Yeah.
found.
Sending out another me. Damn, he's good looking.
18 minutes. Okay, I'll be back 1 second.
Yeah.
Octane's really weak. Octane's really low.
Bamboozles with the boozles.
That's the Octane.
Recharging shield.
Pathfinder's weak. Got the Pathfinder. Uh-oh. Did I get all 3 of them or did you get the last one? I got all 3. Oh, the fucking the flatline and the Spitfire are such good guns. Are you still live though?
I'll stop streaming.